Hello everybody, my name is DuckTape300 and welcome to the Beginner's Guide. I know nothing about this game, but I've wanted to play it for a long time and please make sure audio is on. It is! I can hear little birdies chirping. And it is nice in my eardrums. Oh, okay. WAS and then, computer controls.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide.
You're welcome.
My name is Davey Reedon.
Okay.
I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011.
Okay.
We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff.
Okay.
And his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level.
Yeah.
And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person.
Secret.
And it kind of makes you wonder,
Secret.
what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games.
Secret.
I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here.
Okay.
So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever.
No.
And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com.
Is that an actual email address?
Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed.
Okay.
This first one was made in November 2008.
Okay. Ooh. It's like a... Okay. Am I... I'm not very good at shooters, I should warn you.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Oh jeez, mouse sensitivity is too great. I don't know if he's addressing me directly as the player, or if he's like...
You can click to fire the gun.
Yeah, I can.
Security call breached.
Do I have unlimited ammo? I do not. How do I reload?
It kind of looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For
I'm
instance,
out of ammo.
you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere.
There's
but then
no
clearly
monsters
there
and
are no
enemies?
enemies anywhere.
Okay, well thank you
can't
for
even
telling me
reload
that.
the gun when you run out of bullets.
Yep.
But ultimately we
that out.
don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
That's awesome. This is hilarious. I kind of like this. Can I? I'm still out of bullets. I'm gonna keep clicking like I'm not though.
Apparently this space station has a labyrinth on it.
Yeah.
Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Thank you. What a sweetheart.
Okay, this is
Okay.
the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Okay. The whisper machine.
Hey, you there, in the engine room.
Yep.
You could save us all.
Yep.
That beam is powering the whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam.
Okay.
It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
Yeah, I could do that. Fuck it. That's cool. Here we go. See. Whoa. Oh, I missed.
Let me pause here for a
Freaking
second.
Half-Life
What you
death.
just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying,
It was a Half-Life death.
probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere.
Okay.
And this is what happens instead.
Is it gonna be spooky? Not down for spooky. Oh, there's a labyrinth. Oh, that's easy enough.
The beam causes
Everybody
you
memorize
to start
that?
floating.
It's
And
memorized.
this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it.
It's so
Like
pretty.
how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this,
at that.
something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So
Okay.
he stops work on this
Can I get
and
down
moves
now?
on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Okay. I kind of like this. This is really cool. Oh. The past was behind her.
Yep, in this game you can only walk backwards.
Yes, I see that now. Okay. Alright. Wait, there's not...
So it's a short
but the
and
future could
relatively
not be
minimalist
seen.
experiment combining motion
Why
and
does the
narrative.
future keep changing?
It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Coda's trying to
she
give it a
stops and
unique
looks,
voice rather
it
than
becomes
simply
clear.
basing it on a pre-existing trope.
Okay. But the future is always behind her. How will she find the strength? Can I... Oh, look, a door. Oh! Oh, you tricked me!
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say,
Oh,
and then
it
it
tricked
ends.
me.
Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick.
I like it.
Okay,
That was pretty
next
cool.
one.
Yeah, next one. Okay, so we're still... You are now entering... It's not supposed to be spooky.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
I hate it. I hate it. I hated it. Okay, December.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
Okay.
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was
Can I
making
fall
it.
off? I can't fall off.
Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
I feel like that's that's how a lot of AAA games are looked at too. Once the game is out, there's nothing more for it except the DLC, and even that kind of gets half-assed. Oh, political. Now let's go. Oh, fuck, why am I going so slow?
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens.
I don't like that.
So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all?
Maybe it's just a
Well,
door
to
sound
show
effect.
you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
What if I just keep crawling? Can I just do that? Can I just waste everyone's time? No, it's cool. I hit enter. Oh, this is kind of nice. Whoa. Oh, I love it. It's like an idea room.
A room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
I like it. It makes me happy.
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Stand on an X. Oh, I didn't get to read that one. Ready, set, fish. Oh, I'm so ready. I am ready to set and fish. Okay, this is nice. This all reminds me like it's being made in the Source engine, which is actually really cool because a lot of
Well, this isn't
developers...
It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
A lot of developers actually started with the Source engine because it was free. I think it was free. I have an idea. I wonder if I'm gonna break it though. Huh. Oh shoot! Look at that!
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon.
Okay, well,
We're
what
gonna
about
see it a lot.
what about these 3 dots? Are those 3 dots useful? Chica! Oh, I can jump, and I can crouch. I feel like this game was made in the Source engine just because of how it plays. Like, it feels very Half-Life.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough.
No.
Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Bam! Whoa. What? This is bananas. Can I go anywhere?
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So,
This is
in the
really
Stairs
cool.
game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
I'm starting to think that this game is going to be a lot deeper than I originally gave it credit for.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow.
Okay.
It could even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game.
Okay.
There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in.
There we
Some
go.
larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is a lot deeper than I initially gave it credit for. Because they said it was by the creator of the Stanley Parable. So I was like, this will be funny. But it's actually kind of like sad. Huh. Is there anything else around me? No, it's just a fucking...
Let's talk about video game development for a second.
Okay.
Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which
Yeah.
determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
Yeah. That's why I thought this was made on Source Engine.
To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain
awesome.
things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly.
Yes.
One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors.
Yes, it does.
That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
I fucking knew it was Source. Just because of how
The
it
tools
felt.
available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making.
Do I have
You
fall
might consider
damage?
paying
No, that
attention
doesn't
to
make
the
sense.
architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Yeah. I will absolutely agree that Source is good at boxy linear corridors. I mean, look at all the things that it's made off of. All the games that it's been. Oh, I'm dead. Oh. Whoa, what? What? That's crazy. This is banana sandwiches. And also kind of terrifying. I know this game isn't a horror game, but it definitely... Well, we're just going. I know this game isn't technically a horror game, but that doesn't stop me from hearing the sounds and being like, this is creepy. Okay.
This prison,
Oh.
funny enough, in Coda's original
Wait.
design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Thank you.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible?
Yeah.
And so we just got into hited arguments
Like
over it.
everything that
There was
EA
one
doesn't put
time
out.
that after one of these conversations, he went home and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which
just gonna
was
go down.
just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere.
That's
There wasn't.
awful. That's a gag in itself. Look, there's 3 dots again. Well, I'm kind of skating when I stop.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time.
I assumed as much, because it's the same door.
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special
music is
that
good.
Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Can't jump out the window. Can't jump on that. This is actually really nice. It's kind of peaceful. It's just different. I thought it was gonna be some like terrible horror game. But, oh, this is kind of freaky, actually. I'm sorry. Did I disturb you? Speak. Hello,
Here,
did
Coda
you...
begins using a kind of dialogue
Can I-
system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
You there, did you come from up above? What was up there? It was a world stamped in whiteness. There was an enormous prison I spent hours in. There were floating colored blocks. That's what I said. That's the world above. You've been there. Now this is important. Did you have to get through the puzzle with 2 doors and switches? Yes, I did. It was literally the... yeah. It was like literally the last thing I did. Please, tell us how you solved it. Tell us the solution. I don't remember. I didn't solve it. Trust me. You don't want to go over there. I'll say that one, because I do remember. Oh no, but we do. We want to get there. Do you understand? It's the most important thing in the world. We have to escape this prison. There must be an ending. I promise you there's nothing I want more. That's kind of dark. It's not dark, it's weird. Oh. Was there a puzzle? Yes, do you want to know how to solve it? No, we actually find the blank space between the doors far more interesting. Have you seen it yet? Actually, now that you mentioned it, I remember feeling strange as I passed through. Don't think too hard about it. Okay. You'll see again soon. Am I gonna fucking... Yep, there it is. Thank you. This is pretty weird. This is pretty weird. Not gonna lie. I think
And
this...
so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
I think this is only like an hour-long game, so I think I might just do this in 2 parts. Yeah, I might just do it in two parts. I don't know. It's just fun. I'm having fun playing it.
It's a lamppost.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I
see
can't
that.
tell you quite why, but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost.
I like it.
It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out.
Okay.
I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long.
Yeah.
Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination.
Yeah, it's a good destination.
We're going to see it in the work
like
as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
So, I mean, it just sounds like this guy was just kind of dicking around with games, like dicking around with the Source engine, like a lot of indie developers did. April 2009. I mean, this game is connected to, as you walk around, you can, all notes you see are left by, oh. Okay. Does this guy actually still make games? What is this? Oh wait, what? Nice room.
So first off,
Not-
I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not
funny.
connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by
How
Coda.
do you beat this game?
This was actually the first game of his that
Oh
I ever
my
played.
goodness.
This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up.
Wow.
I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person.
This is bananas.
In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic.
I guess I'll go this way.
But he was very gracious
Hello.
about it and very patient with me.
Reasonable.
And I cooled off eventually.
The guy over
Oh, feel free to skip over any
There,
of these notes
no,
if they're not
much
doing anything
wrong.
for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them.
playing this game.
Either way, to me they
Hey, I
convey a
can
sense
type
of
here.
loneliness.
Why?
I see this person who's filled
too
with
many messages
thoughts
in this area.
and feelings
Running out of
and
space
beliefs
soon.
and
We will
has no way
suffocate.
to express them except as scattered and
More
unheard voices in a
messages.
game that
I will
wasn't
read all
meant to
of
be
them
played.
This summer. Do you feel like a hero yet? This game is no nice.
But it's ironic,
I
isn't
would
it?
like it
that
when I could.
in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda
Do
often
not be
felt,
afraid. Do care.
that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play
I just
someone's
saw
game
flying.
and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know
never
you
want to
through
see
your
anything
work.
If nothing will ever be as beautiful again.
I
I'm
think this
crying
is why
now.
I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they
What?
let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world,
But this shit is a caravan.
and then I feel less lonely too.
Boring. I can assure you, guarantee that the aircorn somewhere here in this place. The sailors are looking for it. What? What the actual fuck? This is weird. Hey guys, just looking for someone to talk with. I know I'm supposed to go down there. I'm fucking going. I refuse to believe. But that's what. I need to go to the friggin' bathroom. Recognize me, please. There's nothing here. Go back. Don't listen to that guy. That's literally Bloodborne in a fucking nutshell. A free t-shirt. Makes game includes door, can't open door, thanks. Open sesame. Door how open. Need other side door, why you so? Someday I will meet the person who made this. I help people of an internal good feeling I get. Oh my god. New room. Do you hear the chimes? They keep you going, don't they? It's not very crowded in here. Eek, don't bother. This is where... Oh. There's a lot. Feeding further only result in misery. I don't want to read all these. Hey, don't talk about me that way. I'm just gonna skim these really quickly. And just kinda... This is like... Don't listen to the other notes. Bloodborne, again. Or if it's like... Hey, trust me and go this way. And you're like, okay, and then you jump off a freaking cliff with all your blood vials. I need to scream. Wait. I have no mouth and I must scream. Okay, I'm done with these. That was fun. Well, I'm here now. Yeah, we're all here now. Deep. There must be a reason for it, though. Oh, his terrible secret. He kept it well. I beat the game. Are you sure there's an ending? I'm gonna fucking jump.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again.
It's okay.
And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means.
Escape.
Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one. In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
I'm not a huge fan of the whispering. Per hour, help, help. This doesn't make any sense. How do you solve it? Developers, answer please.
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to
pause. So bad in here. No solution.
Just for a moment. A few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here.
Oh look, one person
made it. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Oh, it's a typewriter. I was like, fucking something's following me. How do you leave notes? I left a note like that in Bloodborne. Okay. Oh, I get it. There were notes everywhere. There were notes everywhere, and there's typewriters at the bottom, and... Alright, yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess. I don't not like it. Porn stars died
this
too.
One is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Okay. Hey, look at that art. It's so super cool. Hey, I'm gonna go out this door if I can. What the fuck is this mustard color? I hate it. Oh, look at how pretty this is. Oh, I can still jump. Thank God. I'm in a well.
See, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway.
Wait, and then the
Except
hallway
for some
disappears.
reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Okay. But wait, where's the furniture? It's just a steak. What furniture ought to go in the center of the room? A refrigerator. Giant hole in the ground. Put a giant hole in the ground! That's a table. What along? 10 stoves lined up. Alright, or couches. Couches work too. I'm a fan. Don't worry. A skylight, full ceiling. I think 10 by 12 recess. Oh, Tesla coils in each corner? Yes! Tesla coils. Oh, or a lamp. I like your design choice too. And a table. You need a table. Who are you? Where exactly are you doing this from? I'm pretty sure none of my... Oh, I kind of want to pick one. I'm going to pick one. It doesn't matter. I got a desk. So I guess that's cool. Wow. Wow. Wow.
There's a bit more to this one, but still it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
I like things like this. I like it.
So okay,
But
he
where's
throws
my
it out and starts
stones?
over. This time he
Okay.
comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
I like the, hello, please walk forward. Okay. This guide will enable you to escape my prison from any environment. Follow the instructions to take care of your first step. First, click on the table. Click. Good. Go over to the photo frame and click on it. Bam. Now turn the floor lamp to this room. Now turn it back on. Okay. I got it. Cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha-cha. Now go to the left side of the sofa. Move it over a little. Okay. Sugar. Finally, touch the shelves. Okay. Sugar, sugar. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken. Oh. Wait, I don't remember any of that. Are you being serious? Return. I hope that wasn't a quiz. Because I actually don't.
And of
Okay.
course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape.
Yeah. What am I?
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside.
But.
Let me just blink you real quick.
Oh,
for a
this
few
is
more of
freaky.
these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them.
Wow.
Personally, I think it's awful to
Ah.
watch this. To see a person basically unraveling
Oh, wait, I can do
through
this
their
one.
work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe
Right.
there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop.
Okay. Ah!
Particular mechanism of defense against yourself.
don't
Without
like
it,
it.
you just spiral.
I'm just gonna stay over
And
here.
so he keeps going and going and going and going and
Don't change.
going.
Don't do it.
And then he hits
Ah!
himself. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons.
It's kind of like what.
This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Okay. That's kind of like what happens with me when I get really stuck on an idea. I just get stuck on it and stuck on it, like a TV show. And then you kind of end up realizing that you watch the same TV show for like a week straight. And when it's over, you just kind of feel empty inside. That happened recently. I just finished watching Burn Notice. That was really sad. That was... Alright. And my perspective is locked. Hello, who is this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. You're me? ... So you're trapped in this prison too? Yes, I was in the furniture maze?
It's a conversation.
Yeah, no,
And so
thank you.
this is
I
what
fucking
Coda
get it.
wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
No, I don't like that. I don't like the idea of, like, he created this dialogue and it's only himself talking. That's freaky and, like, fourth wall breaky. Which, I mean, it makes me feel really happy. Wait, that's so nice to hear. I'm still me, but somehow not. It's hard to describe. I guess I'll say that. It seems... Wait, if you're me, but did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? I'll say yes. Fuck it. You fucking... What did they tell you? What did you have to do to get out? All they told me was to be sincere. They asked me how I felt about being in prison. They just talked to me for a while. Yeah. What? That freed you? How does that work? Listen, you can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. I don't know. I could just be bullshitting this guy. This guy could actually need some help, and I'm just, like, screwing him over. And he's like, hey, where's the crowbar I need to escape? And I'm like, I don't know. It's probably not in the
I can see why he
cake.
considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be
That'd be a
told by
dick thing
someone
to
you
do.
can trust that things are going to be okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. I mean, sure. I gotta sit up.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
Like a Yeti? Ba-ba-choo-ba-ba, look at that place. This reminds me of Messel.
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle.
I'm gonna go this way.
With the 2 doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Yeah. Oh, look at this nice warm house. What an impractical house of just glass. Why did the door sound close before the... Oh god, he scared the hell out of me, man. Okay. Do you want me to... Okay. Yeah, I'll clean. Don't worry about me. The place is nice. I'll be glad to stay
You'll
here.
notice that the quality of the art is a step up
Yeah.
from previous
There you
games,
go.
including this new and improved chat system,
Well-
which he started using from this point on. From here on out,
Okay.
he begins putting much more
Can you
effort
please
into
clean
the
the
visual
table?
polish
Yeah.
of his work.
That's what I was
And
trying
this
to do.
particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Clean up the table. Clean up the table. Clean up the... Can you, like, hand me a sponge or something? Oh, clear this table. There you go. Yeah, there you go. One in the bedroom and make the bed. Okay, I'm making some a maid. That's fine. Check off! Damn, I'm good at making beds. Are you gonna do anything, or are you just... No? Why don't you straighten out the rug a little bit? I didn't read that until I actually left. Check off! Okay, now what? Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? How'd you end up doing the job? It's been a long time since I've seen a house this messy. That one. I guess. Well, I've always wanted to be a dancer. Where can you feel... Can I just sit down on the couch? No, I can't. Would you straighten the pillows on the sofa? Yeah, I just jumped all over it, so I guess that's my fault. There's a spill. Clean that shit up. Yeah, look at how nice I made your fucking house. I feel compared to sharing cranberry cheese with person. Are you okay with that? Make it especially cheesy. Like mac and cheese cheesy. What? What do you have to tell me? Huh? What do you gotta tell me? No. No, it was stupid. Sorry. Never mind. Hey. Hey, buddy. Fucking tell me your shit. Oh, I guess E works too. Just out of like reaction, I hit E and it worked just fine. Oh my gosh. Yeah, fucking take care of your whole fucking life, man. Oh, it's a bathroom? You want me to fucking organize it by the fucking decimal system? Wait.
After the intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit
In your
and
lifetime, you're
digest
going to
inside
clean
it,
a lot of houses.
and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
I want this house. Look at how pretty this is. I love
I know
snow.
that Coda really liked this game.
It just snowed in my
Of all of his
hometown.
work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a
Yeah.
constant smile on his face.
Doing all your shit. There. Can I take a bath? Earlier, when I had something really cheesy tonight, I was going to say it occurred to me that one of the houses is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it, it takes care of you. Heh. Oh, so deep. So deep. There's a bit of truth to it, no? And it's not, I'm not trying to be like hypocritical or anything, it's just a deep game. And I'm cleaning a fucking house. Housekeeping. It's like visceral cleanup detail, except not as daunting. Books. Yeah, fucking got your fucking chores, dude. Don't worry about it. Those pillows are on the couch or
glad he
fucking
made
shit's
this.
good.
I'm glad he found some peace.
Me too. Question.
But, of course, it can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave.
Okay.
The door at the top of the hill is now open as well.
I kinda...
Again,
What happened to
you
the glass?
can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
Wait. Is that figurative or literally? Because I don't want to die. Like in the game. Also, where'd the glass go? Oh, it's a lamp. That was fucking surprising.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right?
Yeah.
That sooner or later you have to pick up and move.
Yep.
I really thought that was the point of it.
Me too. Alright. We're gonna get to this one next time, so I'm just gonna play this all in one go. I'm gonna try and end it really quickly. Okay, bye guys! Never mind. It's here. I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'm just gonna cut it right here. But I'm gonna keep it going. I'm just gonna say my outro and then do my intro almost immediately afterwards. Okay, bye!